Yeah, I do. Actually, Michael, I hate the word animism because it is an anthropological word to define the knowledges and points of view of people who would be either perhaps women or some other weird population. They would be different and less rational than the men who define them as animists. So I prefer the terms of one of your great admirers, like perspectivism or multinaturalism, Eduardo Viveiros de Castro, who comes out of your thinking in many ways, point of view on what term to use. So of course if you say animism, Paul is going to say no, he's obviously going to say no. No, he said it. No. What you actually agree upon is something else, which is the fact that an object can speak it's not about, running around like magic business. It's really about being humble and knowing what on the subatomic level that thing has incorporated in it as a kind of memory also of itself. The knowledges that we can have that are often studied by, I don't know, quantum physics or somebody who deals with all sorts of things. So the languages of weight, of gravity, of why a stone falls is a knowledge that the stone has or that the machine has. That's all it is, but it's not being animist in some sort of weird kind of weird thing, It's sort of like normal.
I was thinking if it were outside of the gallery space, outside of the glass box, you have an object, you're not quite sure what it is, by your typewriter or bed or something like that, and over years you develop a relationship with it, like with a cat. It talks to you, you talk to it. It's partly projection on your part, and it's partly the thing in itself. It's not.
But it's not only a projection.
It's absolutely a projection.
Okay, what's a projection?
What's a projection is me thinking that that thing is speaking to me.
Your thought?
That is absolutely a projection.
What's your thought made of?
My thought is made of.
The same material that's made of. On a subatomic level.
Now you're insulting me. I think I agree. I agree with the feeling that we get when objects that we hold dear feel as if they're speaking to us and only to us. I think we all know that feeling. We also know that feeling when we speak to someone. But we know sometimes we speak to someone and they're looking right at us and speaking to us, but we know they're not there, right? We also know the difference between that and when you talk to someone and they're actually talking back to you. This feeling is the same, and I think that feeling comes from our sense of being attentive to what it is. And that is, to me, the prerequisite for this feeling that something is talking to us. But I think, in a weird way, that in a weird way, Theodore Adorno was right. That he said there's a primacy of the object. And what he means by that, I think, is that there's a form of attention and focus we can give to something or someone to understand it, to see it for what it is, from the perspective beyond you. And you see it so well that it begins to speak other things to you. Now, this is definitely a projection. It's not saying a thing. It's only your mind and your attention focused to a point to try to understand something so that there is an insight being built within you. That insight within you feels like it's speaking to you, but in fact, it's you speaking to yourself, trying to understand what it is around you. I think we should disabuse ourselves with the idea that things speak to us. I think it's dangerous, because when we treat things like people, we treat people like things.
I completely disagree with you, but that's okay. We love each other anyway, right?
Wow.